Sinbad's back with his friends, ready to share tales from his second voyage. After my first voyage, I had decided that I would never travel by sea again. But after resting for a few days, I got anxious and restless. The desire for adventure returned. So, I bought some trade goods. I boarded a ship that was carrying many merchants. Our ship left the Baghdad. We traveled for weeks. And we stopped at various islands. Where we sold our goods and bought new items to sell at other places. I made a good profit during these weeks. We traveled many months in the ocean. One day, we reached a deserted island. We stopped there to collect dry fruit. I wandered off to explore the island. I lay down by a stream under a tree and, lulled by the breeze, fell into a deep sleep. When I awoke hours later, to this horror. The ship had left without me, mistaking me for one of the other passengers. I panicked and started searching, but I couldn't find the place where our ship was anchored. Alone on the deserted island, I was overwhelmed with grief and wandered in despair. I walked aimlessly. After traveling for a whole day and night, I saw a strange large white ball lying on the ground. I couldn't figure out what it was. Suddenly, the sky darkened. I looked up and saw a giant bird flying above me. The bird came down and stand with that white ball. I quickly hide in the leaves and bushes. Then I realized it must be a rock, and that white ball was its egg. I came up with a wild plan. I'd tie myself to its leg and go wherever it takes me. The rest is up to God. So, I took off my turban, tied one end around my waist and the other around the bird's leg. The next morning, the bird took off, and I was hanging by its leg. It flew so high that I couldn't see the ground anymore. After a long time, it started to descend. I got ready. As soon as it neared the ground, I untied the robe and quickly moved away. The bird grabbed a nearby snake and flew off again. I looked around and saw that I was in a small valley surrounded by tall mountains. The ground was covered with sparkling diamonds. I was very happy and picked the best ones to tie around my waist. I started climbing one of the mountains. But soon I heard loud, frightening hissing sounds. There were snakes all around, and no clear path to escape. I was terrified and heartbroken. Evening came. Somehow, I gathered courage and cleared out a space in a cave. I blocked the entrance with stones so no snake could get in, and spent the night there with great difficulty. The next morning, I came out and started wandering again, hoping to find a way out. Suddenly, large pieces of meat started falling from the top of the mountain. Soon, large birds started flying in. They picked up the meat pieces and flew away. Then it clicked. I remembered a story. I thought, this might be my way out of here. So, I decided to try the same trick. I tied a big piece of meat to my back, lay on the ground, and prayed to God to save me. After a little while, a large bird came, thought I was just meat, and carried me away. It flew to the top of the mountain and dropped me there. As soon as I landed, I stood up and shouted loudly. The bird got scared and flew away. I removed the meat and looked around. I saw some men nearby and ran to them. I told them everything that had happened. They felt sorry for me. They were traders too, and had come to collect diamonds using the same trick. They told me, no one can go down into that valley, so we throw meat down hoping diamonds will stick to them. Then the birds carry the meat to their nests, and that we scare them away and collect the diamonds. I stayed with them for a few days and collect enough diamonds. Then I traveled with them to an island called Roka. I sold a few diamonds and bought some goods for trade. Then I boarded a ship, arrived in Busra. And from there took the land route back to Baghdad. This journey had so many hardships that I promised myself never to travel by sea again. After telling this story, Sinbad gave a bag of gold coins to Sinbad and said, "Come again tomorrow. I'll tell you about another one of my journeys."